listening to Tiny Tim's tiptoeing through the tulips.
I don't even fucking know.
Couldn't you have Stones, Def Leppard, Jagger, AC/DC, something. Tiptoe through the tulips?
Season finale of The Walking Dead. Holy shit.
This is the mid-season finale of our Walking Dead sub-series here on the AV&T. Wow, I'm mind blown right now. I thought it was an incredible episode. There are several things that we will be going over here. There will be heavy spoilers, so if you have not yet seen this episode, this is your warning. Turn away or pause it for a moment, watch the episode, because we are getting into heavy duty details here. Give a shout out to the actress who plays Deanna, and of course the writers of The Walking Dead for how she went out. They clearly waited until the end of the episode to allow her to die. We pretty much expected there to be a character death. I am gonna say, while I thought this death was handled very well, I'm kind of disappointed because, truthfully, a mid-season finale build-up, you're expecting a main character to die. And while Deanna was a great, kind of sub-character and, kind of like a,
Well, she was kind of a main character.
She was like the Herschel, which I thought was putting a target on her head.
To the particular season.
she was like Herschel. She was, the older lady who became the moral compass, and now you're, Walker Chow. I'm not saying that her death was meaningless. I thought it was very, we'll go into the detail in a moment, but I just kind of figured that it would be more of a main character. I truthfully thought this was going to be the moment where Carl bit it. And
he almost did.
He almost did. Not for lack of trying.
That would have been that motherfucker's doing. That little
bastard. The fact that they interplayed the whole quest for revenge. I mean, he didn't turn away from it. It just delayed him for a few minutes when the walls came crumbling down. And Ron's like, you know what, you asshole? You killed my father. Prepare to die. Like, he went total Inigo Montoya on his ass. But, Carl, while I'm not liking him fully, did step up and he was like, you know what? You kind of have a right to take something out on me a bit,
I like that when he goes, okay, I get it. My dad killed your dad. But your dad was an asshole. He was blunt about it.
That's all like it is. He's like, give me your gun and you're going to listen to this whether you like it or not. Your dad was an asshole. But he did step up and he's like, you know what? This was your one, this is your freebie. You want to change your tune? Go ahead. You want to get sore about it? I got a gun. I got aim. You're done. You can join your dad.
I like how he realizes he was locked in the garage and he was pulling a gun on me. He's like, "Oh, not today, motherfucker! Not today!"
I like the fact that he wanted to bash Carl's head in with a shovel. That'll do the trick if concerning the fact that you lost your gun. However, you don't bring a shovel to a gunfight, especially when over the course of the last 6 seasons, Carl's got better aim than you do in the sack. Sorry there, boy.
When they got in the garage and they got through the door, obviously, eventually. Can I just ask, who the fuck puts a double lock on a garage door like that? You would think there would be a lock on the outside, not the inside.
Not the inside.
So that you can get the fuck.
The idea is to get out, not to. Oh.
I didn't understand that. I was just like, okay, so you gotta break the lock. Not only break the lock to get the door open, now the zombies are gonna come pouring in and you're fucked.
Character of Sam, the little kid. The pansy-ass kid who, has to pretend to be brave, pretend to be this, pretend to be that. You know what? Just get eaten already, please. You are annoying.
But do you remember in the crowd of zombies and they're holding hands, they're walking through the crowd, he's like, Mom?
Oh my God, yes.
At that moment, I guarantee he was going. I'm pretty sure he was going to break and probably get the group killed.
Or they should have duct taped his mouth shut until they got out of the walker pile.
Right?
I know he's scared. You know, I know he's scared.
Don't they have sedatives?
Yeah.
Don't they have tranquilizers? Tranquilize the fucker.
Yeah, trank the dude. Seriously, he was freaking hardcore. Like, I could have seen him having a breakdown in the middle of that, and every single one of our group become Zombie Chow. But, question. And I know this is a bit of a nitpick. Of all the music
Yeah.
that could have survived an apocalypse, why in the hell is a little kid in the year 2000s listening to Tiny Tim's Tiptoeing Through the Tulips?
I don't even fucking know.
Couldn't you have grabbed Stones, Def Leppard, Jagger, AC/DC, something?
The kid,
Tiptoe Through the Tulips?
the kid likes it. I think he's gay. Just saying.
Just a, yeah.
I don't. You know, nothing wrong with that.
I'm a
I
fan
would
of the
just more
vintage.
like-
I'm a huge fan of vintage music. You know, of course, I do perform
I found it
along those lines.
I found it weird.
But
Creepy in the beginning when the music was playing. I was like,
maybe that was the intent. Maybe it was supposed to, be a kind of creepy thing, unsettling. If that's the case, they did get it, right. But
hit that.
you could have played more haunting
Yeah.
music than Tiny Tim's Tiptoe Through the Tulips. I was just hoping, please,
Yeah, like
Walker,
Halloween.
trounce the CD player already, or the record player. Trounce it to death, okay? Sheltered in himself.
In his own
He's,
world.
yeah.
Pretty much.
He's not allowing himself to feel, anger or bravery or anything else like that. He is just...
Like most of the kids in that area, they were been sheltered for a good some time, with no threat of anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, look at Ron, okay? He was sheltered in that place for a long time. I'm not liking him for the fact that he went after one of our heroes,
Yeah.
but at least he showed anger, vengeance. He showed that instead of being, crying little, crying little pansy, he stepped up, he grabbed the gun, he decided to be tactical, and he's like, you know what, I've got a goal, I'm gonna kill Carl, eat shit, and die. Enid.
Yeah.
And how I used to like her because of the fact that she was with Carl, and now she's become somebody like Sam. I would prefer become Zombie Chow.
Mm-hmm.
She's she's a self-centered, cowardly bitch. And I don't use that term lightly, but when you've got somebody like Glenn who's salt to the earth and being nice as crap because he thinks you're worth surviving,
Yeah.
and she's showing to him that she would rather see him, become, one with one with a Louisville Slugger wrapped in barbed wire named Lucille. For those, this is a little bit of an educated semi-spoiler, but if you want a sneak peek at where this is really going to start amping up, rewatch the episode, go to the very end, past the credits.
Mm-hmm.
Abraham, Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl are driving in their tanker. They're supplied, they're amped. They drive upon this group, which we now know if you've watched the Talking Dead or even read the comics. This group is called the Saviors.
Mm-hmm.
And at the head of the Saviors, and as they're driving up, which, by the way, every single member of the group is holding AKs, so clearly, you're bringing a tank to a gunfight, and you're 3 to 9. Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham needed to surrender, and they did, And Negan's in the front of the group, and he's saying, you know what, anything that's on you, any weapons, any food, supplies, ammunition, tank, fuel, the whole 9 yards, it is no longer your property. His last line before they cut is, that property now belongs to Negan. And they cut. Wow, now that's a way to introduce a badass.
Wasn't he referring to himself in the third person?
He was. He really was. At this current point, we can assume that unless they are let go by the Saviors in a mid-season premiere, those three are now their prisoners. They have been captured. We'll just assume that at the moment, but we'll find out in February. I definitely am amped by this mid-season finale. Like, it was jam-packed. You know,
I was actually quite pleased with it myself. Just it wasn't the cliffhanger that I thought it was going to be. Maybe Rick's plan would be to lure the walkers out somehow, at least, if anything. We did discuss that.
At this point, the group is split yet again. You got, Rick, Michonne, Carl, and whatever survivors. Jesse and the kids in one group. You got Maggie trapped up on that ledge.
Yeah.
So at this point, she's waiting for Glenn to rescue her, or somebody to. You have Eugene and the other girls. Eugene, Rosita, and the other one.
We're missing people, though. We didn't see people go to safety.
My prediction is that they're probably going to show some more of that information during the mid-season premiere at some point. They're at least going to allude to it when we come back to business there. But you're right, we didn't see them. And up until the very end of the post credits, we didn't see Daryl, Sasha, and Abraham there. So at this point, we're safe to assume that the mid-season premiere will focus on them a bit more than this last one. At this point, the group is split like the prison. Again, it's a prison situation all over again. The group is split. At this point, we don't know who's going to make it. Clearly, we're probably going to see a death toll in the next half of the season.
Yeah. I see some hope, honestly. I don't believe it's all lost. I see some hope. They're in a kind of a hopeless situation. There still might be a chance to deter them away somehow.
Yeah, that's true. There is a sliver
A good
of hope
chunk
that
of them, if not
Alexandra
all.
can be saved. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at this point, with the forces drawing inward, you had, of course, with that being said, I should bring up, the whole Carol versus Morgan situation, where he was trying to protect that walker, not that walker, the wolf, because he thought that wolf could still be redeemed.
I wanted to smack him.
I wanted to smack him because he was clearly an idiot, but he's a noble idiot on this one.
Yes.
He doesn't want to kill a human, no matter how evil they turn out to be. He will not take a life. Not good or wise in the zombie apocalypse, because now that the rules have changed, the morals, for some people have changed. Pardon me, kill, be killed, or watch as they get killed.
Yeah.
And so, if you're going to survive, if you want to survive, you have to fight.
He drops Carol like a fucking...
Like a brick! Talk about WWE style.
I was just thinking oh, that just happened.
Just body slammed her to hell and
then he gets knocked the fuck out. As I said, everything was left sort of on a cliffhanger there. That one, the ending, especially with the kid, sound like he's gonna have a panic attack and fuck it all up for the group. Just saying.
Yes, Daryl, Michonne, they're even Carol, God forbid, even though Morgan's an idiot, those four are like samurai. They have the different fighting styles, so they need to die, in some kind of a sacrifice, or at least something that's gonna mean something in the advancement of the story. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the mid-season premiere is gonna bring us, because if this episode is any indication, we got a lot to look forward to.
Indeed. Well, like I said, I'm pumped about it. It just kind of sucks I gotta wait so long.
Yes, a full month and a little bit of the February to have to wait before we see The Return of the Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
But we will still be bringing you some kind of content.
Fear the Walking Dead coming up.
Yes, we will be working on every episode up to date of Fear the Walking Dead.
Still got a Fallout review coming for you. I'm working on that. About halfway through the game. I do believe that covers the end of the review, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the next reviews coming up, what we have in store. I'm not too sure what's coming first, but we'll figure it out. Obviously, Fear the Walking Dead will probably come first, if anything. Or if I do a Fallout review, whichever. Anyway, stay tuned, guys, and that has been our review on the Walking Dead.
Absolutely, hope you liked it.
And stay tuned.